Hello there, everybody. So today we're going to be going over Dagger Warhorn Tempest. This is a support build that brings a lot of Immobilize, a lot of CC, a lot of Cleanse, and a lot of healing. So it's great for use in any squad. I think almost any squad will take you as a Dagger Warhorn Tempest. For your gear, you're going to want to go full Minstrels for everything with Trooper Runes. And on your main equipment set, Renewal Sigil and Transference. And on your offset, either Life or Benevolence. It doesn't really make a difference. For your traits, you're going to want to go Fire, Water, and Tempest. In Fire, you want to take, doesn't matter for this this line here, they all suck about equally. This is the least sucky of them. This is the real reason that you take Fires for smothering auras. On every application of an aura, you remove a condition, and whenever you transmute an aura, you remove 2 more conditions. This also increases the duration of your fire aura, which helps to increase might output for your group. For the Grandmaster slot, you have an option between Blinding Ashes and Flame Expulsion. Take Flame Expulsion if your group has trouble maintaining might, because every time that you leave your fire attunement, this will convert 10 stacks of might on yourself into 10 stacks of might in an AoE 240 radius. Personally, I like Blinding Ashes with it, because anytime, this has no target cap, so anybody who crosses over your fire fields from either 3 or 5 does get blinded. So you can blind like 50 people at a time, and it's got an 8-second cooldown per target. In your water tree, you can take either Soothing Ice, which gives Frost Aura every minute, or you can take Stop, Drop, and Roll, which removes Burning and Chilled in a 240 radius at the end of your dodge roll. This is, again, mostly up to you. Since they increase the cooldown so much on Soothing Ice, it's not as strong of a trait as it used to be, making Stop, Drop, and Roll particularly useful for your group. This is a little bit trickier to use. This is a little bit more passive. Up to you, though. Cleansing Wave is the best option for here, and Powerful Aura is what you want to take in water. This allows you to share any auras that you grant yourself, including auras from any of your overload skills, to everybody in your party with a 600 radius. So this will increase your cleansing, it'll increase your aura output, increases your healing because of Elemental Bastion. The whole thing together really only works because of this trait. In Tempest, you want to take Unstable Conduit, which causes all of your overloads to produce a aura, which gets shared out to everybody in your party. Tempestuous Aria, which increases the number of targets for each of your shout skills from 5 to 10. And Elemental Bastion, so applies Frost Aura to your party and allows each of your auras to heal. Alright, let's take a look at your utility skills here. So we have a full bar of shouts, and as far as these 3 shouts go, you can interchange either of these 2 for Feel the Burn if you so choose. The differences between each of these shouts comes down to what it is that you like to use. Aftershock should stay on your bar regardless of what build you're running. 3-second Immobilize on 10 targets, along with Protection, Magnetic Aura, Weakness, Might. It's a really overloaded skill. You want to hold on to that. Eye of the Storm is fantastic for getting your group out of a bubble. It's a stun break on 10 targets and grants super speed, so great for mobility. Flash Freeze can chill the entire enemy Zerg. You grant Frost Aura to 10 targets. Each time that each of those targets is hit, they chill the opponent for 1 second. So this can help to slow an enemy group down that's trying to move too quickly away from you and hold them in your bomb. Feel the Burn can be really great because it applies burning, and if you're taking Blinding Ashes, it also blinds 10 targets and grants Fire Aura. The nice thing about Feel the Burn is that it has no cast time, so you can use it when you're using other skills, and it's a great way to get up might for your entire group. It gives 9 stacks to 10 targets, plus Fire Aura, which causes each time that your targets are hit, they gain might. For your heal, you want Wash the Pain Away. This removes a condition from each target affected, and it has a fair amount of healing on it. The first heal is only 180 radius, though, so when you use this skill, you want to make sure that you're standing right on top of the people who need it the most. After that, you can move around and have a little bit more leeway. And Rebound stops your team from dying in the next 5 seconds. It affects 10 targets, gives an aura to each of those 10 targets. What's really nice about this is that it gives an aura based on whatever attunement you are in when the rebound effect ends. So you cast this, wait 5 seconds, and then whatever attunement you're in is what aura goes out. This is particularly nice because you can give 10 people shocking aura. Let's say if you start a fight out in Earth, you cast rebound early, and then you switch over to air right before the rebound expires. This will give 10 targets shocking aura, and then when that shocking aura wears off, you can give another 5 seconds of shocking aura to 5 people. And what's nice to note about each of these is that the trooper runes that you're using causes each of your shouts to remove a condition from each target affected, so these each affect 10 targets. The ones that grant auras also remove an additional condition, so Flash Freeze, Aftershock, and Field of Burn will each remove 2 conditions from 10 targets, or 20 conditions cleared every time you cast them, which is very reliable. At 600 radius, it's really nice to use. If we're going to look at our weapon skills here, be quicker to go through here. On your dagger main hand, the important thing here is Burning Speed and Drake's Breath. You can use these to spray blind on everybody in melee range, which doesn't sound particularly strong. You can only do it once every 8 seconds, but if you think about it, one Tempest can blind an entire Zerg, and that happens for each Tempest that you have in your party, in your squad. So if you have 5 Tempests in your squad, every second or so you can blind the entirety of the enemy Zerg. This is great for reducing incoming damage. It can cause them to miss all of their biggest skills. You can stop them from hitting your group with all of their CC. Just overall really strong. In water you have Frozen Bursts, which is a local chill and blast finisher. And Cone of Cold, which is a very reliable heal. In air, the only one that's important is Shocking Aura. This is particularly nice because you can strip stability off of spellbreakers that are bubbling onto your group. Each time that they hit a target, it fires off a stun on top of them, so if they hit 5 targets, in that first second they're going to take 5 incoming stuns. Their pulsing stability only gives 2 stacks of stability, so if used well, this can pop a bubble instantly. And Earth and Rush for Earth is the only important skill in here. This is a 2-second immobilize, and it immobilizes at the impact radius, so if you can position well, this is particularly useful on the opening bomb. For our Warhorn skills, we have Heatsink, which grants might to all of your allies, as well as Fury, and Wildfire, which again creates a burning field to help blind. In water you have Water Globe, which is a water field that does a fair amount of healing, and Tidal Surge, which grants a lot more healing and a knockback. In air you have Cyclone, which is a 180 radius pull. It impacts 9 times on 3 targets, which means that it's actually very reliable for CC. Lightning Orb's not really going to be used. Down here in Earth you have another Blast Finisher, which grants Protection, Magnetic Aura, and plus 3 seconds on all of your boon durations for everybody in your party. And Dust Storm, which creates blinding tornadoes at the ground, so again, more blind access. Alright, so this is actually a fairly easy build to use. It's important that you stay tight on top of your tag, because most of your skills are a 240 radius, which is about this big. What you want to do going in is, when you're pre-stacking stealth, you can start in water for Frozen Burst, then switch to 4 for Sand Squall. On your melee engage, you want to generally be in Earth, and the reasoning behind that is so you can start out with an Immobilize right on top of the enemy group as you make contact. If you get stunned right then, you can overload Earth immediately. This grants stability, grants protection, and 4 seconds of Immobilize, as well as Magnetic Aura. And generally, as soon as you make melee contact, or as soon as your group is in melee range, you want to switch to air and proc Shocking Aura either from Dagger 3 or from Rebound, depending on how you want to pace your skill use. Then you want to follow it up with a Cyclone, which, if you can see, has a fairly good range and radius here. After that, if your group needs healing or if your party needs healing, switch into water, and your general water rotation is going to be 4, 5, 3 to blast it, and then you can Aftershock to blast it a second time. Then you spray Cone of Cold to heal your group into an overload water. And this is a great way to keep healing it. If your group does not need healing immediately, go from air to fire. And as soon as you get into fire, you want to try and place your 3 skill where the enemy Zerg is going to run across it, because that's going to burn and blind each of them. You can follow that up with a Wildfire if you need to. This takes a little bit of time to develop, so make sure you use it well. 2 if your group is in melee range, again more blind, and 4 if you want to grant your group might. The important thing in fire is that you don't fully overload fire. So this will grant you a fire aura as soon as you trigger it, and it'll grant another fire aura when it ends. So the best way to use it is to pop in and then immediately switch, because you're going to get the fire aura you need immediately right off the bat, which allows you to cleanse, it allows you to heal without having to waste 4 seconds sitting in this attunement. And I think that's from here. Alright, next we'll go over where you get each of your auras from. In Earth, your auras are going to come from your 4 skill and from Overload. In Air, it's going to be from 3 and also Overload. In Water, you have no access to Frost Aura in here, so it's really just your Overload. And in Fire, same thing, it's just going to be the Overload here. You also get an aura from Flash Freeze, from Aftershock, from Rebound, from Feel the Burn if you're taking Feel the Burn, Soothing Ice, and Elemental Base Chip. And you can also get it from any leap finishers, so if you use a leap finisher in a light field, you'll get Light Aura, which will grant it to everybody in your party. That's probably the best way to use Earth and Rush, is you want to make sure that you're landing the Immobilize with it, and that you're also going over a field to grant out extra aura. Okay, next up we'll take a look at some gameplay videos, and you can see what it is that we're doing here. And alright, hope you enjoy.
Before you even blink, something so cold-blooded with a deep killer instinct. Don't look us right in the face, it's like staring at a burning sun. Got teeth like razor blades, and you know that we're out for blood. We're out for blood. Better run, better run. Here it comes, better run, when the wolves come out to play. When the wolves come out to play, better run, here it comes, here it comes. To play. Full moon is rising, oh the hunger's burning like a flame. No use in hiding, oh you're never gonna find escape. Don't look us right in the face, it's like staring at a burning sun. Teeth like razor blades, and you know that we're out for blood. We're out for blood. Better run, better run. 'Cause here it comes, here it comes. Better run, when the wolves come out to play. To play.